Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Long time no see. As you can see behind me, some things have changed. We made some big moves. We bought a house and I have a shop now. So that means no more breaking my back on the ground working on the Jeep. I have a nice warm heated garage and we're gonna get some projects going here soon. Check it out. So anyone that knows me well knows all I've ever wanted in my life was a shop, and finally have one. What's great about this garage is the previous owner was using it for the same type of deal, just with motorcycles. So he set it up within the back corner there, some heat. There's an air conditioning unit that goes in there. I have an exhaust fan up there. So it's perfect, perfectly set up. Got a decent workbench right here. It's actually wired up for a welder right there with the dropout. I got some of my tools here. Had a quick little bonus find, which was excellent. Up there, he had spools of airline and extension cords. Doesn't get much better than that. As you can see, we're a little light on tools, but that's because they're still at my parents' house. So we're gonna get them out of here soon. But you can see the Jeep fits in here great. Nice high ceilings. Maybe one day I'll put a lift in there. I don't know if I want to take up that much room. The garage is a 22 by 22 foot floor plan. And right off the bat here, we're gonna get going on a stretch. There's Big Lou. Long time no see. We're gonna start getting the stretch going on this thing because it's November right now and I want to take my time with it. I want to do it right. I don't want to rush it. And if I wait till later on towards the spring, I'll get antsy and I'll be wanting to drive it. But right now it's kind of, it's cold and icky out. So I think no better time than now. I don't even have all the parts yet. I do have some DOM tubing to make the control arms, but I still got to buy quarter armor. I still got to buy bungs for the tubing to put the joints in. There's a lot of things I got to do still, so we're going to get started and start tearing this down. And this is probably going to be a pretty long build process. Might go into multiple parts, but stay tuned. As you can see, we've been working away on this thing. I skipped through a couple of the boring parts, just getting the taillights off, the hardtop off, and things like that. Shout out my wife. She got me a new toolbox. Thing is awesome. You know how I like Harbor Freight. But check this out. That is going to be our new wheelbase. So that's 8 inches over stock. You can see I wrote on the floor there, 8 inches. And that's where the leg of that same jack stand was. Looks like I got a little bit of cutting to do. Struggling with this coilover a little bit. The bolt that runs through here is actually seized in the top. The JK Evo bolt-on coilover kits use these adapters to mount up to where the old shocks used to go. And these little spacers like to get all rusted up and ugly. So after the 4 or 5 years I've had these coilovers in there, it has become one. So realized I don't have a Sawzall right now to cut that bolt out, but I'll run out tomorrow at some point and grab one. But overall, super excited. really excited to see how well this extra 8 inches does. I also ordered the TNT Customs 8-inch stretch corners, which should take care of most of it. I got the Guardian Series ones, so eventually I'll be able to do rocker guards, but I just didn't want to spend $3 grand, $3,200 right now. As far as coilover mounting, I think what I'm going to do is, instead of outboarding them, like a lot of people will do them here, but I don't know, maybe in a future rendition of it I'll do it. For right now, I ordered TNT Customs shock bracket, which is basically just a tube that runs straight through here and has shock mounts, and it just moves it from 8 inches back. So I'm gonna have to cut the floor a little bit. There's that little cubby in there. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna have to cut that out, but that's no big deal. And then maybe later down the road, I'll French in the shocks or the coilovers into here and make it real cool. But problem is, the Super Duty, or excuse me, the Ultimate Duty 60 is kind of narrow. I'd have to cut these brackets off. There's a lot of cutting I'd have to do in there to make it work. I don't really want to run a tie bar across here because I like to bring Big Lou, and that will definitely get in his way. Don't want to impede his comfort. But yeah, what do you guys think? I'm pretty excited. It's actually coming along pretty good, other than this stupid bolt on this coilover, but you know, that's what happens sometimes. That's what happens when you live in the Northeast. But yeah, I got all this stuff to make new control arms. I should also mention, thank you all for getting me pretty close to being monetized. I've achieved almost the total watch hours that are needed, but I don't have enough subscribers. So please, please, please like, subscribe, and share. That way I can meet my goal of making at least $1 off of YouTube. Right, today is a new day. We're still working on the Jeep here. Got some parts in. Today's project is a trunk delete. So what this does is gets rid of this pan here. So you can see I've already gone and chipped away all the seam sealer that was in here. I'm probably just going to cut it along the ends here. That way I can keep as much material in the Jeep as possible. It's going to be a little bit tough in this area because there's not much room, but yeah. Stay tuned. Still waiting on the corners. I ordered them. They should be here later this week, I hope. They're coming FedEx freight. I don't really know how to track them, so we're still hanging out on that. I got the last coilover out. As you saw in the last shots, it was still dangling there. Had a froze up bolt that was causing me all sorts of issues. It was actually right here. This is the uniball that goes in the top right here of a coilover, and this bolt is one with it now, so I'm gonna have to order a new one of those. But I'm waiting for my new rear shock brackets to come in so I know which size to order, because it depends what size bolt I'm gonna be putting in it. So hang tight, I'll probably put you on a time lapse as I cut through all this and make a mess, and it's gonna make me very sad. This is the first big cut on this Jeep tub, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And there we go. Got it all taken out. As you just saw, probably talking a little bit loud because I should have been wearing ear protection for that. It was a little bit loud. So I'm gonna go ahead, clean all this edges up because it's all rough right now with a flap disc. And then we're gonna get to drilling the holes for that panel. All right, we got all the edges all cleaned up. I just got to vacuum it out a little bit, but it's looking pretty good. All the bolts fit, which is surprising for me. Next up, we got to weld these little hockey sticks onto the bottom here. And what this does is allow for this centerpiece to come in and out. It's just like barely holding on from where they laser cut it. So once these are in, I can punch it out, and then we'll have an access panel. This panel is really for a fuel cell. If you had a fuel cell back here, your fuel pump would be about right here. So it makes it way easier than dropping the tank every time you gotta deal with the fuel pump. But yeah, let's do a little hot gluing. I'm a body guy, I got it. So we do got a lot of cutting, huh?
We got a lot. We're gonna come up underneath though, where this bracket 90s. We're gonna save that because that's semi-structural. It's still gonna support it. We're just gonna come straight across this, down the back. Everything out is going away.
Bam. Holy moly.
Yeah, I think I got some hot glue. We could just put it back together.
Yeah, maybe I don't want to do the stretch anymore. I don't know. All right, let's keep cutting.
Fumes and sparks. That's got to go too. We're going to. We'll clean that up in a minute. We're just getting to where we need to go first. You keep doing this off camera shit.
So what are you going to take?
I'm going to remove these spot welds here, coming up, and then we're going to come straight across this, and that'll just take the whole bottom out.
Oh my God. At least you can think in 3D. I can't.
A little less cheap.
Oh no.
What'd you do, Pete?
Oh no. Bang's gonna be pissed.
Well, that's about as nice as you can remove that corner.
Yeah. Just needs a little cleanup and we'll be good to go. Oh, still gotta get up here too. Christ. First look. Probably should have bought clamps.
The one thing we went out for.
Yeah. We went to the store for 3 hours. Didn't get the only thing we freaking needed.
I think this should be flush against here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think your door will come in contact because your door definitely has a gap. But looking at the way this radius is, like if you look at from the front this way,
It's the same.
Yeah. It's a perfect radius, you know, like this is where we had it sitting.
Yeah.
If I just mush it up,
We
that
can
should
also
be,
just shave that down if need be.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that should be where it is.
You're right.
those, get our riv nuts in, hang it with our bolts loosely, and then we'll work the next row of bolts, you know, whatever it may be, the next like 4 or 5. Put our riv nuts in, mount it, tighten them, and it's going to be a long process, but it's the best process. You want to work your way back.
All right.
Just use my vice grip here.
With your safety glasses on the top of your head. Perfect.
I'm just going to put it right through your seatbelt really quick. These things are soft. I don't know if I like these rib nuts.
Looks loose still.
Yeah. It is loose. But it's captured all the way, so it's probably folded over behind it. But it's like, you know, it's loose.
Yeah. It's probably end up spinning.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because you see how these fold?
I don't know if we have extras. Like, I don't know how many they give us in this.
I would imagine they gave you at least like 1 or 2. If not, we'll have to drill 1 or 2 bigger. You see how that one folded?
Yeah.
It went inside of that. That's interesting.
Why the other one didn't?
No, so these ones fold over the outside of each other.
Yeah, to mushroom out.
Yeah, this one folds inside of it to spread this part wider.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can always overnight these from Amazon too.
Yeah. We could try one more of these. I'm not a huge fan of it, but
yeah, I don't want to end up having to cut a bunch of them out.
Yeah, then they're rattling around inside of your quarter panel.
Yep, or in a couple of years when I got to take them off, they're gonna.
Well, yeah, good thing is they're aluminum, so aluminum on steel, they're gonna aluminum oxide corrode, and then
then maybe they'll
get tight.
Yeah, they'll just stick to the bolt too. But yeah, I mean, it fits in there tight. It's not like we opened it up too much.
Yeah, I mean this one's a little tighter than the other one. Also got
a little burn.
Seema's gonna know.
Yeah, I mean, you're cranking down on that pretty hard.
That one stayed better. I might try to pinch the other one a little tighter. I like how that one stayed.
Like a freaking behemoth. Yeah,
that one's tight.
I could see this one when you're screwing it out. I could see it moving.
Sure you don't want me to cross thread it really quick?
If you want. See, I saw it spin already.
It's still loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still loose. That one's nice.
All right. Here's the first look at it.
Almost there.
Good, yeah. We're getting there.
Done cut it up.
It's all cut up. Look at that. Add some stupid music to these panning shots. Oh, light shot.
Probably missed some important cutting phases that would have been great for a video, but
Yeah. How much can you put in there?
who really wants to see that?
Right.
Flippy floppy.
1/16 of an inch. You know what? Yeah. Call the bank. They can take their parts back. All right, today is another day. As you saw in the last couple shots, we got these bad boys mostly mounted the way up. Did a lot of cutting up in there, as you can see. Makes me sick. It's all over the floor here. Thinking about all the times that I waxed those body panels and stuff and worried about denting them and scratching them. Now they're just laying in a heap on the floor. But overall, I'm pretty stoked on the way everything came out. It looks awesome. Shout out to my buddy Brian. He put in a lot of work on this the other night, and all it cost was a couple twisted tees. As you can see, there's a good amount of stretch on there. It's not at its normal ride height. It's up a little bit, but that's just because it's on jack stands and I got no suspension in it right now. Which, speaking of suspension, I am going to work on the control arms right now. However, you'll have to wait till the next video to see that because this video is getting a little bit long. So hopefully it'll be a week after I put out this video, I'll put out that video. Still haven't decided yet. This is the coilover mount bar that I bought for the rear here from TNT Customs. It doesn't say anywhere on the website that's only for a 6-inch, but it is. So I might be able to make it work. We'll see. If not, I have a set of universal shock towers coming from Motobilt, and maybe I'll start cutting back there and French them in or do something. The only issue is, as you can see in here, there's not much room between the frame and the axle because this Ultimate Duty 60 is only 69 inches wide, which I have spacers on it, so it helps, but it gets pretty close, especially when you articulate, and this tire comes in towards the middle here. So we'll see. That would make this project probably twice as long. I don't really want to do that. As much as I like having outboarded coilovers, I think they look cool. It's just a lot of work. As you can see on the coilovers here, they have fixed reservoirs instead of the hose type like the front of this has. You can't even see it, but this reservoir is not fixed. It's on a hose like a typical piggyback shock. So that causes some mounting issues because the reservoirs are mounted at like a 45-degree angle to the mounting bolt hole. So I'll give you a look at that. As you can see, it's mounted at about a 45, so that's going to make life pretty difficult for packaging purposes and keeping everything from crashing into each other. I had a stretched TJ prior to this that I outboarded the rear shocks and I didn't take enough time in clearancing everything and making sure everything looked good when the suspension cycled, and it used to crush the rear shocks at full droop, I believe it was. It would just catch the front of the shock tower and it would dent the can and then it would kill the shock eventually. So I don't want any of that. I want this thing to work right. So if I can, I'm really going to try and package the coilovers under the rear just for simplicity, and I know it's something that works as of right now. But we'll see. But thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you come back for the rest of this build because it's something that I've been looking forward to for a long time, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. So see you in the next one. Bye guys.